for candidate Toronto Mayor in 2026. As a part of my campaign, we have vowed to make Toronto community housing safe and fit for children to grow, play, and prosper, and for everyone to live where they can enjoy the reasonable enjoyment of life. Violence has no place in our society, and unprovoked violence has no place in our society. This evening at approximately 2 p.m., I came from my unit to go and see a friend up on the 20th floor. That period of time, I attempted this elevator door open and two individuals came to the elevator. I will not disclose their apartment or their names for fear of retaliation from the individual that committed this criminal act. As I tried to go in the elevator, this individual, and I will not disclose his unit because we're all deemed to be innocent until the proof of guilt. This individual came out of there. When these two people came out of the elevator, this individual tried to tell me that he can prevent me from using the elevator, in turn telling me I am not coming on that elevator. At that period of time, I explained to him that I am a tenant here and I have the right to use the elevator. He in turn threatened that he's going to knock me out, and if I come on the elevator, I attempt to get on the elevator, he lunged forward and he either pushed or punched me, which is assault under the law. In turn, I went there, and at that period of time, this elevator opened, and someone informed me that this elevator was free, and I did not want to engage in a violent act with an individual who was known to be violent, who had before tried to strangle me out in reference to an incident when I stated to a bunch of young children that people are not black or white, and that we are all human beings, and about their rights, that a child is a person under the law once they have the mental state to understand right from wrong, good from bad. He tried to say that a child was not a person. And because he says a child is not a person and people can be black or white, he in turn attacked me and nearly choked the hell out of me. I contacted police and housing, and nothing was done over that incident. In this incident, I went and I spoke to the two witnesses and told them that due to the fact they had children, I will try to keep them out of it, because I believe this camera and this camera and the camera in this elevator will show the incident clearly, which will show this individual did commit assault, and there's no sound, so it is not substantial evidence of the assault with these cameras, but we're not going to be able to prove that's threatening death unless there's a voice in these elevators where they can detect voice. I in turn contact the police at 2:11 p.m. And at that point, I spoke to an operator whose number is in there attached to here. This is 911. And yes, Mayor Chow, fake Mayor Chow was right. I consider her that because I took her to the Supreme Court of Canada, says that 911 is replying within 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna make a video after 3 hours of the police do not show up, because it's been nearly an hour and a half. So at the time that Chow says that 911 takes, it takes them 3 minutes to answer a call, but it's going to take 3 hours to respond to the call. It is the response time that matters. It's not how quick you answer the 911 call, only if the person is there and the threat is, it can happen right then. So we're happy for this 3-minute response time. But so far, it's been over an hour and a half. And the police station is less than 10-minute drive from here. And we see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different officers' cars driving around at Morningside and Kingston Road every day, where there's an addiction issue and a homeless issue. So how will it take an hour and 40 minutes so far? So we're going to wait three hours, and that's to counter the 3-minute response time to wait on the police there. But on this incident, this is to inform all tenants of 4301 Kingston Road that the cameras in the elevators, car 1, 2, and 3, are not operative. I spoke to Special Constable, and I will put their badge number in this too, after they contact me at 3:33, which is approximately, I think it was an hour and change after the incident. And I gave them directions of what to do to show that this assault didn't happen. And I instructed them to check the elevator cameras. She replied at 3:33 and told me that they have his description from the lobby camera, but the elevator cameras in cab 1, 2, and 3 do not work. She did not mention about cab 4, but if the elevator cameras in these 2 cabs are not working, we will tend to believe that this one is not working also. This is a suspicion I had a long time ago. Now, depending on her response, we will find out if these cameras are working. I'm a social justice activist who roam through different housing complexes that are at risk. And our focus is to create good people and to see that those houses are safe, secure. And certain activities that I see that goes on in these stairwells are activities that would not have happened if these cameras worked or if someone is monitoring the cameras. No sense in having cameras on a property for the sake of saying that you have cameras. We're not here for a show. We're here to protect individuals and protect people in their housing. So for us to spend millions of dollars to install cameras and no one to monitor those cameras, that does not help the safety of the tenants and the children that live in this building. And for example, for the special constable to come back and say that check all elevator cabs and none of the cameras are working, that's atrocious. You're in a confined space. You have 6, 7, 8 people in an elevator. If an incident happened in the elevator and your cameras are not working, how can we protect the tenants? Tenants are now taking an elevator where they're locked in the confined areas with a lot of people who are strangers to them. There's alcoholics, there's drug addicts, there's people with mental health issues are using this elevator. How can Toronto Community Housing have cameras installed in an elevator, but yet the cameras do not work? And that is according to the special constable who responded to this assault. And she informed me that she has checked all the elevator cabs and the cameras do not work in elevator cabs. So we're asking tenants to be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings, because when you take the elevators, there is nothing to show for your safety because the elevators cameras, they are not operative. So the cameras are installed, the cameras are there, but the cameras are not working. And that is according to the special constable who called me to investigate the assault that happened this afternoon. Can you imagine? You have cameras installed in the elevator, but the cameras are not working? How can people be protected in a confined area? We asked Toronto Community Housing to address that immediately also.